All right, welcome. And today we're going to do a tip of the day using a random number generator and Mr. Galati's book, Maintenance and Reliability Best Practices. So let's go to our random number generator, see what page we're going to land on, open up that page, and give you a tip based on whatever may happen to be on that page. Oh, this is this is how you know your stuff, baby. Can you randomly pick a page and give a tip of the day? I'm trying to click on the OBS screen. That's helpful. All right, let's see what our tip of the day page is going to be. Vote for your favorite. Vote for your favorite. Today's random page is 2 pages after my last one. So I just did 540 3 seconds ago. So let's go back and we're on 542. I got a funny feeling it's still going to be about lean if you were at the last one. I should have just bookmarked that page, huh? So let's go to 540, 542 this time. 542. Yes, of course, we're still talking about lean. However, let's see what we are talking about. Let's see. It talks about lean maintenance and the wastes that exist within maintenance. Let's see. Value stream mapping using FMEAs, PMs. PMO is a form of waste elimination. So it looks like value stream mapping. So we're just going to tie waste removal to the maintenance strategy for this. It talks on the next page, 543, about the different types of waste like transportation and movement and overproducing and all kinds of stuff. But this one's more a general background around waste and value stream mapping. So let's talk about how you apply value stream mapping in the maintenance world. Let's talk work management. So if you are work management, planning, scheduling, work execution, all of those processes, in order to make those effective and streamline that process so that you can be the most efficient maintenance organization possible, there's a stepped approach to doing that. And in lean principles and value stream mapping, the first thing we do is map out what we currently do. What are the current activities that make up our work management process? And they can't be what you documented 3 years ago. You have to go actually ask people what they do and document the map, put sticky notes on, use Visio, whatever you have to do, but map out how things actually work. Not how you would like them to work or how the idea was thought to work, but what people are actually doing. You then take a step back and you look at the map, and you, for every block on the map or square on the map, every process step, the question becomes: is my customer willing to pay for this? Your customer may be operations. Your customer could be the facility that you manage. Whatever the customer base is, the question is still the same. Is the customer willing to pay to take this step? That's no different if you're talking about leaning out a manufacturing process, or if you're looking at the work management process in maintenance. For example, let's say in your current process, work comes in, that's an emergency, people get dispatched, not an emergency, work comes in, somebody requests it, and we immediately give it to a technician who then goes out into the field to try to solve the issue, but we don't have the parts and they have to come back. Your customer's not willing for you to go look at something and come back if it's something we can plan ahead of time and have the parts ahead of time. Not everything falls in that bucket, but if you can, you want to make sure that you have the parts before you go out into the field. So the customer's not willing to waste money on your transportation back and forth to decide whether or not you can even do the job. That's what the planning phase is for. And so if your current work management process does not include a planning phase, it's likely not an efficient process. And so when we look at lean from a maintenance perspective, there's a couple of major areas that we can process map out, eliminate blocks that the customer's not willing to pay for, and then, of course, streamline our process. The same thing happens in PM optimization. So, for example, oftentimes lubrication is the dry. If you're in a time-based PM mode today, meaning you've got fans and compressors and gearboxes and other stuff that conveyors that you get a monthly PM for or quarterly PM for. You may go out there because the driver behind that is the lubrication interval on the bearing. And then there may be a whole bunch of other things. We'll just use an air handler as an example because I can list 8 million things there. You may now have tasks that say check the linkage and check the damper actuator and check this and check that. There are 8,000 things that you're now being asked to check because you need it to lubricate it. Those things don't have a same PF failure curve, meaning they're not going to foul once a quarter. If you've done your linkages correctly and they're torqued properly, they should last a really long time. And so to look at them every quarter really isn't very effective. It's a wasted step. The customer's not willing for you to pay you to look at something that fouls every 5 years once a quarter. So PM optimization looks at, well, what is the true frequency that we have to look at each one of those steps and stop doing stuff just because we're there. So lean principles in maintenance is very much the same as it is in manufacturing. We're looking to remove waste. So any process that you have on the maintenance side, number one, make it effective. We talked about that in our previous tip regarding lean. Once it is effective, then look at, well, how can I eliminate waste? So go eliminate waste. Make yourself streamlined, especially in today's environment where we're all starving for more people. So if we can streamline process, it saves us hours of time where people can turn wrenches instead of wasting that time. And that's a good thing to do. So, page 542.